this is important.
It is.
Then make it brief. I have an important meeting with Galzak officials in 20 divarks.
It concerns Commander, or should I say ex-Commander Passalan. Ah, I see you are interested now.
Yes, he departed in rather a hurry. Said he wanted early retirement.
On the face of it, nothing wrong with that. Until we start to look a little further into his background.
What do you mean?
Well, a man with such an exemplary record and such a dedicated officer suddenly leaving for no apparent reason does seem rather strange, don't you think?
Well, I mean, he obviously couldn't wait for his retirement.
Didn't you look deeper into his reasons for leaving?
He made a choice. That is his right. He also agreed to a payment plan to buy his freedom.
And you didn't question that choice? You suddenly lose an excellent officer and do nothing to persuade him to stay?
He went through the necessary procedure. As I said, that is his right.
Ah, yes, rights. What about the rights of the Tetralliance Armed Forces? What about our rights to keep hold of our best personnel? Don't we have that right?
He went through all the correct channels, and he has accepted several freelance jobs, which pay very well, I understand.
Yes, they pay excellently. I know. I'm on the board of directors of several of those commercial companies. Effectively, I'm paying his wages.
Look, I still don't understand what all this is about.
I presume you have heard of the Vantra incident? Have you?
Yes, of course, although it's something Galzak don't like to mention. But what has...
And Saffron Garn, suspended from Galzak pending further inquiries. Born and brought up on Regra, a friend of Passalan's since childhood.
I don't see what relevance...
Is travelling with Garn, has been for some time, with his lifelong friend. How touching. I still don't see. You don't see why you should be concerned. Well, maybe you should. Maybe you should. I've been looking through Passalan's personal communication records, and I found this.
Hello, Passalan, old friend. Good to see you again after all this time. Bad news, I'm afraid.
And then afterwards, I found this.
Italian to Commander Passalan, exit 17, 10 divarks.
Talia is a young cadet officer who served under Passalan. I have been delving, and it seems that some believe that their relationship was, shall we say, stepping over the bounds of which should be acceptable. Shortly afterwards, a meeting takes place between Talia and Passalan. We couldn't track everything, but we got the important bits. Now, tell me what you think about this.
I only have one life, and I spent most of mine serving with Tetralliance. It used to be what I believed in, but I'm not so sure anymore.
But why?
Look, half the population of Liscombe has lost land through relocation for industrial development. Carolyn Oaks and people are still working for starvation wages. Boeotia is on the verge of religious civil war. My home planet Riga is a polluted, dying world. And there's the Galzak Corporation. Most of its financial shares are held by top political and military figures. And to top it all, they discredited and then dismissed my best friend for something that wasn't his fault. It's all wrong, Talia.
So, Passalan reveals his true thoughts about the Tetralliance. Hardly fitting for someone in his position.
You've been spying on him.
Of course. Otherwise, we cannot know how truly loyal our officers are.
How long has this been going on?
Not for long enough, it would appear.
But he's a civilian now.
Oh, And that makes it all right, does it?
He is expressing a personal view.
Whilst supposedly being a loyal servant of the Tetralliance. What I want to know is how long he has been harbouring these secrets, and how it may have affected his actions in the past.
But you said yourself he has an exemplary record.
Come, you know that records are only half the story. Don't tell me that in the past you haven't left things off the record to save a good officer and to avoid an embarrassing or inconvenient inquiry. Now, I'm not saying that you were deliberately covering up, but when records aren't kept, then all kinds of things can be missed out. Things which, on the surface of it, are of no consequence. But if you dig deeper...
I've seen and heard enough. Now, if you don't mind, I need to attend the Galzak officials. I will not be a party to this sort of paranoia, or destroying the reputation of an excellent officer. Now, please excuse me.
Come on, Talia.
Passalan, I thought I saw something moving there.
Yeah, I'll take a look. There's a bit of fixing. This connection. Soon fix that.
Talia. Talia? Where's she gone? So what is it?
Well, I don't know. It could be a venting shaft for an underground munitions dump or a chemical dump or... I don't know. I'll see if I can find an entrance. Doug? No, I can't get in. It seems to be sealed from the inside.
Do you think there'd be an entrance somewhere else?
Well, we can take a look, can't we?
Now, what do you want?
Passalan is in Sector 4A, Planetoid 3. He's discovered the underground base.
Sector 4A? I've never heard of it.
It's top secret. There is only limited knowledge of its existence.
I know nothing of any of this.
As I said, there is only limited knowledge of its existence. It's been there for over 250 terms.
Well, what is it?
Something that was put into place when the Tetralliance began. Unfortunately, it is now obsolete.
Then no damage has been done.
This time, but supposing Passalan had been able to enter the underground chamber, it may well give him clues to other top secret projects still viable.
This is nonsense. I've heard enough. Look, carry on with your games. I don't want to know anything about it. Let me get on with my meeting.
Oh well, he'll see things my way eventually. Now this project is redundant. Time it was ended. Once and for all.
Passalan!
Yes, God.
Watching you, Passalan, I have a pair of eyes to do it for me. She doesn't know it, but she is very useful to me. Thank you, Talia. You are a very good cadet.